Yo, what's really good? Happy Thanksgiving, and we're back with another show. But this is a surprise show, man. I wanted to pop up on here because tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Guess what? Your boy ain't got to work. So I decided I wanted to go live today, bro. Instead of just posting a regular video because I got one in particular thing I want to talk about today. But before I get into all that, I gotta do what I gotta do, how I gotta do it. And that is make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's going to help the algorithm continue to keep pushing forward. Also, I have my links in the description for my comfort hoodies. Like you said, might as well just start calling me Hoodie C because guess what? I'm always rocking the hoodies all the time. So, the link is in the description. Go check that out. Go check those hoodies out. Black Friday. So, let's get to it. Let's get to it. But before we get started, I want to pose a toast. Cheers to growth, truth, and keeping it real. Here's to leveling up and owning every part of the journey. Cheers to cutting through the noise and making moves that matter. All good. So look, man, it's time to get after it, dog. It's time to get after it, dog. You feel me? So I don't know if y'all heard much about it, but this old buddy Stephen A. Smith, man, he been talking. I can say he been talking reckless, but Buddy been on one, dog. Buddy been on one. And so I wanted to dive in and give my input in regards to this whole LeBron situation and the Bronny situation and how everything is going on. Simply because, not just because he's a GOAT, but everybody, I get it. Everybody has their opinion, right? Everybody believes what they believe and they think one way is better than the other way. They think this, that, and the third just based off of how they were raised, right? So but I want to dive right in. But I want to dive right into it. And this is how I'm going to read. First and foremost, before I do it, I want to go ahead and set the precedent by saying this. I'm objective when I'm listening to these things, but also I'm going to give a strong opinion. But I want y'all to hear what Stephen A. had to say first. It's a pretty long video. It's about 14 minutes. So I'm going to jump in and out, giving my opinions based off of what he said. All right. So we're going to dive right in. We're going to go ahead and dive right into it. All right. Here we go. Mr. Stephen A. Smith, everybody. Mr. Stephen A. Smith. Let's see what he got to say.
Bring this up, but I felt compelled to bring this up now. I've been pretty busy lately, politics, news, all of this other stuff, but I wanted to get to this story in light of the things that I discussed about LeBron and Bronny a few days ago. A little more than a week ago, there was a small headline in the world of college basketball. Kiyan Anthony, a top 40 recruit in the class of 2025, the son of Carmelo Anthony. Ladies and gentlemen, he committed to Syracuse, where his daddy played. For those of y'all who don't remember Carmelo Anthony, remember Jim Boeheim all of those years, 40 years he coached at Syracuse. He had Sherman Douglas and Derek Coleman and Billy Owens and all of these cats, okay? And let's not forget the greatest show in the history of college basketball, in my opinion, Dwayne Pearl Washington, okay? Anybody that knows basketball knows I'm right about that. None of them led Syracuse to a national championship.
And also, let me set the precedent by saying this. Carmelo Anthony is that dude, bro. Carmelo Anthony is that dude. So I definitely want to set the precedent by saying that. Listen, I ain't got nothing bad to say about Carmelo, dog. I don't.
Carmelo Anthony did.
Carmelo Anthony
As a freshman back in 2003. He averaged 22 and 10 that year, shooting 34% from the field that year. Brother was all world. Anyway, as for Kiyan, he's 6'5". He's a 6'5" shooting guard out of Long Island Lutheran who's considered one of the best pure scorers in the country. Here's a clip of Kiyan making the announcement on his father's podcast, 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, presented by Wave Sports and Entertainment. Take a listen.
Between USC and Syracuse, just want to thank both of them for coming to all my practices, coming to all my games. And yeah, but at the end of the day, only one could stay. And with that being said, I'll be coming into Syracuse University.
Ooh.
Juice.
Yes, sir. First of all, major props rather to Kiyan. The brother can play. I have not seen him in full disclosure. I've heard scouts talking about him. I've had people talking to me about him. And obviously, considering that he's the son of Carmelo Anthony, you're going to ask the obvious questions. How's his game, and how does that game compare to the likes of Bronny James and other, and you know, stuff like that? Forget all of that for a second. Let me first say,
he literally plays just like his dad. He literally plays just like his dad. Simple game, aggressive score, don't have to do too much to get a bucket. Lives and dies by the triple threat. Solid player, can't lie. He's tall, 6'5", but I don't think he's as athletic, though. He literally has the same sort of athleticism as his dad, because his dad wasn't like extremely athletic. You know, he just long and big, so he didn't have that freakish athleticism. He just tall.
Congratulations to this kid. The kid averaged 19.6 points on a Nike EYBL circuit in the spring, scoring 25 or more points in 4 of the 15 games he played. He was even more prolific at the Nike Beach Jam over the summer, averaging 21.8 points and 37.3% shooting from three-point range in 8 games, including a 40-point outing against the Mac Irvin Fire when he shot 15 of 19 from the field and 5 of 6 from three-point range. Just to give him a little bit more props, let me tell you what the scouting report is on him out of 247 Sports. It says he's skilled, smooth scorer, high volume shot taker and maker, plays with an aggressive scoring mentality, and is constantly hunting buckets. He's had the ultimate green light, particularly in the EYBL, so he has a tendency to settle for tough shots at times, but there are a few players in high school basketball better equipped to make shots with such high degrees of difficulties. He's got pull-ups, step backs, floaters, deep threes, all with a natural soft touch and instinctive feel for putting the ball in the basket. His footwork and jab series are as advanced as you'd expect, and he's also become very adept at coming off of ball screens, ranking in the 90th percentile in those situations during the 2024 EYBL percentage. That sounds like Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, it sounds just like
jab, step, pull up. This is Melo we talking about. Scorer of 28,000 career points. He was named to the NBA's 75th anniversary team in 2021.
What Stephen has to say.
Melo is Melo.
Yep.
Class personified.
Yep. Melo is Melo. Yep.
Always a beautiful brother.
I ain't got nothing bad to say.
Always even keeled.
I just want to get into this comparison when we talk about his son.
Where his father,
what's up, my guy,
has a basketball center. Carmelo K. Anthony Basketball Center. The arena named after him. Named after him.
Okay.
He's going to the university. He's going to the university.
All right.
Where his father has a basketball center named after him.
Yep. Basketball.
Where his father is the only person in the history of the school to deliver a national championship.
Right.
You have any idea how much pressure comes with that?
Uh-oh.
Not only does he not care, I'm talking about Kiyan.
He trying to
not only does he not care, not only is he not looking forward to the challenge,
mm-hmm.
There's no one out there who expects him to fail, because his game is not a question mark.
Not a question mark.
See the difference?
No, I don't see the difference.
You see where I'm going?
I don't see where you're going, Stephen A. I don't.
Bronny James.
Let's get to it.
I'm rooting for him. Wonderful family, great kid. He has done nothing wrong.
Okay.
LeBron James, one of the top 2 players in the history of basketball. He's on the Mount Rushmore.
Right.
He did nothing intentionally wrong.
Okay.
But he publicly stated he wanted to play with his son in the NBA.
What's wrong with that?
And then publicly made it happen.
Right.
And so as a result, the criticism that has come Bronny's way has been excessive. And it has been unfair. And it has been cruel. But who instigated it?
It don't matter who instigated it. It
was LeBron.
Matter. I promise you, it does not matter.
LeBron Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Absolutely pun intended. All he had to do was be mellow.
All he had to do was be mellow. All right, that's the part I wanted to get to. So basically, he's saying that all he had to do was be mellow. That's Stephen A. right there. All you had to do was be mellow, right? So let's dive. So let's get into this shit, bro. First and foremost, I'm setting the precedent by saying this: Carmelo Anthony, dope. Can't knock his game. Would definitely top 75 player of all time. Can't argue that. Wherever you decide to put him in that 75, that's on you. But he's in my top 25 for sure. All right. Now let's get into the aspect. Let's get into this entire aspect of he should have been like Melo. With all due respect to Carmelo Anthony is not LeBron James. Carmelo Anthony does not own a school. Carmelo Anthony don't even own a city. He got his name after a court. Cool. That's dope. That's dope. I'm talking about keys to the city though. He ain't got that. He is not the mega. He is not on the level of mega stardom of a LeBron James. That's one. So it's a little bit easier for Kiyan in regards of the pressure that's needed. Now, mind you, I've seen Kiyan play. I've seen Bronny play. Seen both of them play. But here's the difference. Kiyan, 6'5", lean, well, slender, more slender, more of a slower game, but he's an aggressive scorer. Just literally, he is the exact replica of Carmelo Anthony, of his dad. That's exactly who he is. On the flip side, when you talk about Bronny James, we're talking 6'2", freakishly athletic, fast, can handle the ball, can pass the ball, can shoot the ball when he decides to be aggressive, right? I've seen the glimpses of it. I've seen it. But he can play. But see, the problem is, and this is the part that nobody's talking about, they're expecting him to be like LeBron James. They want him to be that 18-year-old kid, fresh out the gate, first NBA game, dropping 18 to 20 points out the gate. That's what they're expecting from Bronny James. That's what they want to see from Bronny James. But as I've continued to say it, and I'm going to continue to say it, he's not his dad. He's not. He has the body structure outside of the height aspect of it. But other than that, he's not his dad. But however, he has an all-around game, sort of like his dad. The only issue, if anything, if I had with Bronny James is that I know he can ball and he deserves to be in the NBA. He just hasn't flipped that switch yet. But see, the reason the pressure isn't on Kiyan, another reason is simply because Melo been out the game. Bron's still playing. So nobody's reporting on Melo like that. Nobody was reporting on Melo his last couple of years in the league. So that pressure on Kiyan isn't as heavy as it is on Bronny. That pressure in itself has been on LeBron James his entire career. And now that shit has just trickled down to his son. Because everybody hated Bron so much to the fact that, okay, well, he's done everything. He's overcome all these obstacles, and he's still considered one of the greatest players to ever play this game. So because he's done that, and as much as people hate him, they're like, I got to give him his props. So now, what's the next best thing? We gonna attack his son. Every single thing that we couldn't get on Bron, we gonna get on Bronny. Oh, he don't deserve to be in the NBA. Oh, why? It's nepotism. It's nepotism. He don't deserve to be in the NBA. Shit, there are a lot of players right now in the NBA who don't deserve to be in the NBA. I have to keep reiterating this over and over and over. Second round, 55th pick, bro. Second round, 55th pick. You shouldn't be expecting much from a second round, 55th pick. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. The top, your top draft picks aren't even performing that well. But y'all getting all this coverage on Bronny James. Y'all expecting him to do number one pick number. That's what y'all expecting him to do. I wasn't expecting that. I said, look, give the kid a couple years. I told you he didn't have much time in college because he went straight to the NBA. Now, mind you, I'm not naive. I'm pretty sure Bron pulled a couple of strings. So to play on that, I could say he probably came in the league just a little bit too early. I can say that, but to say that he's not deserving to be in the NBA is asinine. Now, I would have said, but I believe the reason that they pulled that and the reason that they pushed that is simply because of what LeBron said before. He wanted to play with his son. Now, they could have easily said, you know what, take the route that LaMelo did, go play overseas. You know what I'm saying? Go get your confidence up. Go get accustomed to the lifestyle of a professional basketball player and then come back. Yeah, he could have did that. But again, he's in the G League. And to sit to Stephen A to sit here and say, well, you need to be a little bit more mellow. Stop it. For what? He don't need to be mellow. He don't. The reason why you're saying he need to be mellow, because Carmelo don't get as much coverage as LeBron does. So it's a little bit easier for him to do it there, for them to move under the radar than it is for Bronny James. There's levels to it. What you want me to say? Because if I might strike a nerve here. Because if Michael Jordan's sons were as good as Bronny James, guess what? They would have been elite. Now, that's on you to say whose fault it is. You can say it's Michael Jordan's fault for when he said that, well, you know what, I'm not going to be an influence to if my son's going to the NBA or not, or if I'm not going to be the one that's next to them coaching them. I can chalk that up to Michael Jordan. We could. Because you mean to tell me if his sons were even just as this bit of good, you telling me they couldn't have made it to the NBA? With the pool that Michael Jordan had? Stop. So at some point, regardless of the pool that you have, even as LeBron James, you still have to come and perform. You still have to perform. Because even just because you are the top player in the world, you still have to go to the combine and perform. So that can make your lottery pick go up or down depending on how you perform at the combine. And he did what he was supposed to do to become a second round 55th pick. So what are we talking about, Stephen A? So what are we talking about? What are we talking about, big dog? It's not making sense to me. The comparison, you can't compare the two. You can't compare in regards to the media coverage. You can't compare. God forbid anything happens to Kiyan, but Kiyan is going to have the opportunity to play all 4 years at Syracuse. And the level of attention and expectation that's going to be required of Kiyan, it ain't really going to be there. And if it is, it's on the low. It's definitely not on the same level as Bronny James. Because like I said, there's levels to it. So I hear you to say that LeBron shouldn't have said anything. LeBron should have just kept quiet or kept it mellow. But either way, LeBron's gonna get coverage regardless. So whether he said that his son was good or not good, and his son still went to the NBA, it was still going to be mass coverage on Bronny James, regardless of what LeBron would have said. So the expectation was already set beforehand, before he even said anything. The expectation would have been set already. So I hear you, bro, but appreciate you, K. Appreciate you, K Ghost. But yeah, it's wild. It's wild, and I just need people to like real talk, bro. I know a lot of y'all hate Bron, and this is not me swinging. This ain't none of that. But the dude has been in the league for over damn near 20 years now, exceeding in the league, doing numbers, and still performing at the rate that he's performing now. At some point, y'all gonna have to come to the grips with it. Y'all gonna have to come to grips with it. I know some people have already converted and said that LeBron James is the GOAT, but I need the rest of y'all, the ones who still stuck in the 90s. I need y'all to catch up, bro. The games aren't the same. It's played different. It is what it is. But I kind of veered off on that. But all in all, I don't blame LeBron in the aspect of what he said about his son playing with his son. I mean, I'm pretty sure any father would love to. I'm pretty sure Carmelo would love to play with his son. If not play with him, play against him at least, or at least be in the league with him. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm 100% sure of that. And to say that you don't believe that is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. But again, I don't think LeBron was wrong. The way that Carmelo and Kiyan went about it, hey, it was their way. Carmelo always been low key anyway, and LeBron been in the media since what, 14? What you expect? What you expect? That comes with the territory. So if you are LeBron's son, just ask Bryce, he gonna get the same coverage. He's gonna get the same exact coverage because he's attached to LeBron James. So what are we talking about right now? So are we not? So because you guys had the highest expectation for Bronny James. So what happens when Bryce gets in the league? Are y'all still gonna have that same high expectation, or are y'all gonna lower your expectation in regards to what Bryce comes in and does? Because I still stand on the fact that I'm giving Bronny at least 3 years, minimum 3 years to develop, because he didn't have much time to develop after his heart situation. So I don't know, big dog. I don't know. But I just wanted to talk about that real quick. Yo, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, dog. It's gonna help push my content out to reach more people who like to have the type of content that I got. You feel me? And also, don't forget to go get your comfort hoodie. The link is in the description. And if you aren't subscribing to my channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Courtney_Edgar1. Courtney_Edgar1. Listen, though, we trying to be one of the biggest creators out here. We trying to. So I'm gonna need y'all help to do that. And look, if you feel as if you want to support the platform, I also have the Cash App link in the description as well.